Hello everybody, it's Leela.
And Beau.
Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel.
Subscribe.
We're here to talk about the finale of Boys Planet,
Yes.
episode 12.
The
We've
final
made it to
finale.
the finish line.
Once again, fourth time in a row. Is this our fourth one?
Yeah.
And we're going to do another one soon. So
Yes. So, the structure of this episode is going to be a little bit different. We're going to start out by talking about some stuff first, and then we're going to cut to the live reaction from the announcement of the rankings earlier,
Yes,
an
our
edited
audio,
version.
yes, our
So, an
reaction.
audio only reaction to our real reaction to the announcement, and then after that, we're going to cut to back to us, present day, not earlier. Present time, and then talk through our thoughts on everything, our final thoughts.
very good, sir.
Okay, so I will put chapters on this video if you want to skip anything for any reason, if you just want to hear certain parts.
Okay, very good, sir.
That was my cat.
And the cat wants to put his opinion in on the podcast.
Okay.
So
To start out, I wanted to give a little bit of a trigger warning for anyone. If you're uncomfortable with this topic that we're going to discuss, please go ahead and skip ahead to the reaction. I'll put the chapter in for that. But yesterday we found out that we can't ignore this. I don't want to have to talk about it.
no, the show didn't ignore
It's
it.
really hard, but
That's what it is.
that MOONBIN, a member of Astro, passed away. Oh, I'm getting upset.
Okay, so Astro.
Go ahead.
I'll say this: that Astro. We got into BTS first. Leela did as
Yeah.
K-pop, and then she started looking at groups, and she said, "Oh, there's this group named Astro." I was interested, and I was like, "Oh, cool." I knew by that point. I think it was my second K-pop group. I don't know about yours. It was my second really kind of experience, and I knew then you had to pick out your bias. So I was watching and stuff like that, and I actually he was my bias in the group. I think I remember watching some get to know videos or something about him, and he was
Yeah.
really funny.
Yeah.
He was he's a great singer. Physically, he's tall. He just had a different vibe. I always like different vibes from my idols, and he definitely had that. But he also had a ton of talent. Astro, the whole group is very talented and still underrated.
They were our first K-pop concert. I got
Exactly.
into Astro around the All Light comeback. On Tumblr, someone had posted about it and said, "Hey, there's this group and they might disband, but they're having this comeback. Check it out." And I saw some pictures and
They
everything.
said that back then?
Yeah.
Wow.
Their label wasn't doing well.
Wow.
And I listened to it and just fell in love with the song.
Yeah.
And then fell in love with that album. It was one of my favorite albums of the year. And then after that, they announced that they were going to go on tour, and we'd never been to a K-pop show before. I'd wanted to go to concerts, but just didn't have the opportunity because BTS tickets were hard to get at the time. And I was like, let's go see Astro. And we camped out the tickets when they went on sale that day, and got really
Did
good
we?
seats.
Wow, I don't remember all that. And to be fair, we grew up
yeah.
on live shows. I've been in bands, and we've always gone
But
to. So
K-pop
this
show was
was
very
a
different, but it was my first K-pop show. I've been to a million concerts, but
Yeah.
it was different, and they were just really, yeah.
I think
I'm upset.
I think I remember. Was that the one where they were taking the pictures in the hills out back? Oh, yeah. So we were at the venue in Dallas. Yeah, because we have to go to Dallas for shows, and it was kind of just a plain venue. It's kind of out in the middle of nowhere, like large venues sometimes are. They're in their own area, and they had all this grass in the back, and it was really it was summer, so it was hot. But they were back there behind taking photos. If you remember around that time, they posted the photos and stuff, and it looked like they were in this amazing grass field, and they were just behind this building. It was really clever. But you could see them and stuff, and then they did this show. I remember thinking that it was going to be all little girls, and there was a lot of that kind of thing there, but there was a variety of people there, and then they had nice big screens, and I remember thinking, oh, this is really exciting. It's kind of cool that nobody's getting in a fight. There's no mosh pit.
not, no,
I know.
no.
I'm used to rock shows and
Yeah,
stuff.
it was just.
And it
I was
really-
just really impressed with because it
They
was my
sounded
first show.
amazing.
The energy, it didn't stop for 2 hours, and they did choreography the whole time,
Yeah.
and
Flash forward then to now in the last couple years, and Billy comes out, and I liked
we love Billy.
Yeah, I loved Ring X Ring, whatever you call it. And I was like, who's my bias in this? And I kept watching. I was like, that's Moonbin's sister. I found out. Now I like Moon Sue as well. I just like her anyway. I would have liked her whether her sister or not. And then, of course, flash forward to more recent times, they were doing stuff together. So I hearing it, we're not going to get into the details of anything like that, but hearing it, that people want to say this is an issue in K-pop and stuff, but this is an issue worldwide, especially with young people, especially young people in certain stressful situations. We don't know. I'm not going to get into all that, but all I can say is that young people, as savvy as they are these days about mental health and talking, and there's still gaps there. Mm-hmm. And so all I can say is if you know somebody or if yourself feels that way, there's where you're at, there's hotlines, talk to somebody. It's not that simple. It's not that simple.
No, it isn't. It isn't. But
we're not going to get into a whole thing about it. But, it's one of those things that will be an earmark for the next 10 years, at least in K-pop. Yeah. His sister will have to live with it. And all I can say is I hope they are able to find some peace with it eventually. Yeah. I can't fathom it, and I don't want to.
No, so, I still hasn't fully sunk into me. Like, it just feels a little bit surreal right now.
Right. So if you were watching this episode, you would have seen at the beginning they had just a little marker about it. They had other stars, I think, that were going to show up who probably bowed out out of respect. Kepler was there. They were the group, but they wore darker clothes and stuff. It wasn't like they were,
Yeah, just everything happened so fast. There were like discussions about should they cancel the live Boys Planet, but it was just like so much had gone into this, and like the voting and everything, so they didn't cancel it.
No, I don't think they should.
Because I just needed to know what happened.
Yes.
But yeah, and I don't really anything else on
I'm just saying I think that the show is, whether there's bad and good in all of K-pop and all these shows, but overall it's a celebration of the genre. He was part of the genre, so I think it was perfectly appropriate. I think they didn't. What are you gonna do? You got 6,000 seats booked as well, and so I think they did it respectfully. I don't think anybody had any ill will towards them or the people on the show, but it's just a real shame. It's just a crappy thing, and when you hear about some young person, I know it's not any different, but especially when they're young and talented and beautiful and all that stuff, people just need to take this stuff seriously. I'm not saying they weren't or his friends weren't or anything like that. I'm just saying that in general, we talk a lot about mental health, but a lot of people still struggle with it. Yeah. I'm lucky enough I don't have that problem, luckily, knock on wood. But, if you hear anybody like that, check up on them, don't take it seriously. They're putting messages on social media, stuff like that. Ask them about it. A coworker, et cetera, et cetera. So, anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
So now we shall
And with that, we'll cut over to us from earlier today watching the live stream. And then after that, we'll be back to now to talk a little bit about the group. Mm-hmm. Okay. See you in a minute. Oh, group name time. Which group name will build a career? Nothing can be worse than Kepler, so. OI.
They're always doing that, right?
001. The freezer.
No, don't be 01.
Headed from 0 to 1.
Zero Base 1 is it's a Gundam anime. ZB1. Oh, okay.
ZB1.
Alright.
Oh my! I was wrong. It can't be worse than Kepler. ZB1.
It's
ZB1.
It's just kind of like, that's cool.
Oh,
and
I hate it.
No, but you know what? It's easy. It's gonna be internationally. It's good because they can just put the letters. Because Kepler with the number 1 in it was hard to explain to people sometimes. So I'm glad it was just it's.
Oh, it's so bad.
No, it's not that bad. It's fine. All K-pop group names are bad usually.
Oh god, it's time. Final top 9.
I think they should have done a different thing than. What did you say? Something.
9 will be at the very end.
Wait, what? Oh, right. Of course.
No.
Licky me da.
No. I'm scared, y'all. I'm very scared.
Could be Jay. I don't know. It could be a lot of mine.
I'm scared, y'all. It's anybody's game in ranks 8 and 9. Maybe even 7, 8, and 9.
I think it's 7, 8, 9 will be.
Something about splendid
he said he was
visuals.
Vocalist, though. He said he did the vocalist position.
Splendid visuals. Given? Oh God.
Did he say though?
I'm
the
horrified.
Last thing he did vocalist, or he's normally
Last
a vocalist?
thing.
Oh, okay. Well,
Oh God.
Who knows then?
That's pretty much everybody except for like the 3 rappers.
Yeah.
Oh God.
It's Jiwing then.
No, Jiwon didn't go all the way down to
Sure.
8.
Who's
no, he
sitting
didn't.
over there across the thing?
Oh God. Maybe Matthew. I don't know. Matthew? Please God.
Then, yeah, it's pretty much everybody.
Yeah, that's
Probably Matthew or.
Oh my God. Please hurry up.
I told you.
Jiwoo
I
all the
told
way
you.
down to 8?
I told you.
Oh my God, my stomach hurts.
I told you. Did I not literally just say
all
Jiwoo?
the way down to 8?
He didn't fall. He was pushed down by higher rank. That's all people. I told you, man.
I'm glad he's there, but oh my God, stressing me out.
I told you it was him because I think that what happened.
Okay,
is
Jiwoo.
he was a bit of a vote depository.
No.
He was because people thought he was guaranteed.
Oh God,
but
I'll
he was
take
still
it.
Really popular.
I'll take it, but oh my God. What's our group's name? I love you, Jiwoong. What's our group's name?
He was nervous.
He was like, what's our group's name again? Oh, that was really cute.
What did I tell you?
Can't given. Okay.
I tell you, it's gonna be.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Yujin 6,
Wait, so who goes up?
Taeray 5. No, Taeray 6, Yujin 5.
Oh, is that his dad?
His
dad is tall.
Yeah, looks like
Is that a sibling?
probably. Yeah, so we still have all the popular ones, even more popular ones than Yujin. If Jiwon fell that far, then it's
I'm
possible.
a little bit scared for Taeray, but I really feel like
if Jiwon
that
fell,
the interim ranking thing where they showed Taeray low would have made everyone panic vote him up.
I don't know that.
But panic vote up from 11 to 6 and above, I'm a little scared.
I don't know that.
But
it's
I think that it could happen. Like I just need Taeray. And I'll be okay.
My thing is I don't think people probably switch that much. I think it's probably going to be exactly what we thought. I didn't like the pauses.
Come on. No descriptors? No lead up? Okay, Taeray, I'll take it. Thank you.
Number 6?
Thank you. Thank
good.
you, Taeray.
There you go.
I'll take it. But I am terrified for everyone in G Group right now.
Oh! Don't screw up the stream.
Yay, Taeray! I'm collecting photo cards. You're my bias. Yay, Taeray! I'm so excited. Oh. Come on. You're torturing us, man.
He has to do this. Ricky!
Kada.
Ricky.
Oh my God! Oh my God, Gunwook is already all the way up to 5? I'm shook.
I think he thought
Oh my God! Oh my God!
I think everybody thought he was going home.
Oh my God, I didn't think he had a chance. I love it. Oh my God, Gunwook. I'm so happy. This is awesome. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Then watch it be.
Gunwook I'm so happy.
Watch it be. 4 is Ricky,
Shook.
3 is Kada, 2 is Jay.
Shook.
It's still on
The one pick came from nowhere. Was he ever in top 9?
Yeah, I think so at one point. No, they kept saying.
I don't think he ever was. Was he? I can't remember. Poor Kada. Oh, don't do this to me. Don't like not.
I think this has got to be
come on
Ricky.
now.
I don't know at this point with one.
I'm shook.
Gungwook threw it all. Gungwook threw everything
I'm
off.
shook, y'all.
I had no idea he was going to make it that high at least.
What? Oh my god! What? Oh my god, Ricky!
I told you.
Ricky! You know what? What did I say weeks ago? Who's gonna be the Huning Bahie? Who's got that one pick power? Ricky! Young and handsome! Like, come on, Ricky!
I was scared we wouldn't have no G group.
But now I'm horrified for Kata and for Zhang Hao.
Good job.
Ricky!
We still don't have.
Oh my god, I can't believe it!
We still need more vocalists.
Ricky!
Please let the rest be vocalists.
Ricky! Hell yeah, but like I can't believe it. What the hell?
That's awesome. Now, did he have family there?
What the hell?
I wonder if this is family.
Is it? Maybe he kind of is that small?
Oh, it's my fault.
Ricky! Yes! I can't believe it. This group, y'all. Ricky and Jiwoong finally get to perform together. They always were never together. And Jiwoong, look, they're like, okay, we're not rivals anymore. We're not rivals anymore. You can be friends now. Please be friends instead of rivals. Look at the visual power of this team, y'all.
Gungwook screwed it all up. I have no idea anymore.
Oh, Matthew. Oh, I'm in pain, y'all. Oh my god, Matthew!
Good on Matthew.
Oh my god, Matthew!
He was thinking he wasn't making it.
Oh my god, I didn't think he was gonna make it! Oh my god, you guys!
Okay, so this is screwed up kinda. Because now you got Yujin and Hanbin.
Oh my god, I'm so happy, Matthew!
Okay, hold on. Zhang Hao. So wait, where does Yujin, Hanbin, and Zhang Hao fit?
Y'all,
Come on, Zhang Hao, please. Zhang Hao, please.
Oh my god, hold on, y'all.
Please don't. I hope he doesn't get. He wasn't. That would suck.
He can't get Xiaoting.
He might.
He can't get Xiaoting.
He might have been. I mean, he's still in the group. I don't care if he's number 9. He's still popular. The music is like magic. Like a Dungeons and Dragons movie. Ah! Told you!
Oh my god!
I told you!
Yes!
I told you!
Yes!
I told you! I told you! Number 1 Zhang Hao. Listen. Number 1 Zhang Hao, number 2. Hold on. Number 1 Zhang Hao, number 2 Hanbin. Number 9 could not be Yujin, could it? Could he have fallen that far? Or just out?
I need Kata though.
He was so popular. I wonder if he got beat.
I can't believe it. Hanbin, Zhang Hao. I'm so thankful they're up there. I really don't give a crap who's ranked number 1.
Yeah, who cares?
But if it's Hanbin ranked number 1, give him like a really cool dance song so he can do like a dance video where he's doing cool stuff.
That'd be cool.
And if it's Zhang Hao number 1, give him a ballad that he can play violin on.
He'd be like, hold on,
he can play violin on the album. Wouldn't that be cool?
Now who's who here?
Maybe they'll do it anyway.
What name is that? Jump out! Yeah!
What? Wait, he was like, wait, what? He's ranked number 1?
Good for him.
He's like, really, me?
Oh, good for him.
My god! Oh, is that his family?
There's Ricky's parents right there. Or family.
Oh my god!
Hey, good for Young Hao.
Do we get a violin song? Oh my god, Kwon-ri. Oh my god, honey. Oh. No way.
Or has there ever been somebody from China? It's the leader of
No.
the number 1 in I don't know.
Ew.
Cute, very cool.
Oh my god, Zhang Hao.
Shouting can feel a little vindicated too, I think.
Zhang Hao number 1. Let's get that violin solo. Let's go.
That's Japanese.
Aw.
Dang, this guy's smart.
Genius.
This guy's smart.
Language genius,
Okay,
Zhang Hao.
Gotta do Chinese.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mandarin. Smart guy.
Language genius. Our global idol. Our global idol. I didn't even have the energy to be that upset, to be honest, at this point. They're just going to say it. They're not going to do...
Nah.
Oh, they just said it.
Yeah.
They didn't do 3 candidates. Oh, it's Eugen. So okay.
Okay.
I kind of expected him to be up there anyway, so it's kind of surprising that he was all the way down to 9.
Okay. Well, that's cool. I get.
But what happened to Kata, everybody?
He's 10 and Jay's 11 or something. I bet.
I was voting for him every single day. Okay, we're back.
We're back.
Back to present times, not earlier times.
Okay.
And first thing we'll talk about is the group name, Zero Base One, ZB1.
I'm going to sum up the entire thing as this.
What?
Like Takoto doing a backflip. They almost stuck the landing. It was this close. The name is fine. I'm absolutely fine with his name. It's some K-pop oddball whatever. This is a Gundam anime name, by the way. This is there are going to be robot toys made about this. Look, I think that's even a Gundam font. Look at that. Why are they doing this spacey thing? Did they ever do that with
Boys Planet and planets and stuff.
I guess, whatever. Anyway.
Whatever.
What do you think?
It's not my favorite.
No.
I'm kind of tired of like abbreviations like ZB1 or whatever, something number, something this and that.
I mean, just something like the boys club, the boys here, the
no,
boys are
not
the boy,
that.
the game, just words like 0 base 1. I know they're talking about 0 to 1. And it's like this. Anytime you have to explain it that much, I hate it. But at the same time, that's K-pop
whatever.
for you. It's like anime. Anime
fine.
is always. I'm not a big fan. I watch a bit, and people will explain it to you and be like, "Well, he created the multi."
The
and
logo
like, all right,
is
whatever.
marginally less awful than the Kepler logo, but still not great. Look at that letter spacing, everybody.
Kepler
Look at that
was-
letter spacing. It's not great letter. Okay.
Well, Kepler was odd because it had the 1 in it. And when you were typing
the font was bad.
Yeah, the font was bad, and you were typing, you'd always forget the L as the 1, and stuff like that.
Okay.
All right, it's fine. It's a K-pop group.
This was our bingo. We played bingo during.
You were a sellout though, so you.
No, I was not. Don't call me a sellout.
MOONBIN.
Of course.
Sellout.
No, it's not a sellout. I like him.
I'm into indie idols.
Oh, hush up.
Okay.
So, I got 6 of my faves. You got 4.
You got 6. I thought you got 5. Wow, you got 6.
I got 6.
Okay, so as they're going along the nominations or the positions, right? Mm-hmm. I think Ji-Wing was first. Wasn't he first one?
Well, so that's just our bingo. This is the actual final. This is 0 base 1 ZB1.
Right. So
started out with Ji-Wing. You heard our reactions already. We don't have to recap that.
No, but Ji-Wing going first, I was like, I knew he was going to make it. I think that he is an idol in the visuals and in the leadership and his stage presence, the dancing and singing. Well, he's got a nice voice and stuff like that. Obviously, he's not known for it. His rapping. I'm not saying he's untalented. I'm just saying that will get only better and better. So I'm looking forward to it because he's got a really nice voice. He just he never got a chance to sing really in the show. They never gave him a singing line. Who was next? I think it was Guven, right? Mm-hmm. Guven was next. Very touching. I think he had his family there.
I think most of them had their families, but yeah. I always said that we have our personal top 9s that are like our favorites, and I always kind of knew that I needed to cede 2 spots in my top 9 to Eugen and Guven because of their sheer popularity. Even though they're not my personal picks, it's I'm not mad that they're in the group, and they're very popular, and other people's opinions are valid too, and they voted for them, so that's fine. So I'm not mad about the 2 of them being in the group. So I always knew there was going to be 2 of my personal faves that probably weren't going to make it. But I'm not mad. I think they're going to be great. I'm glad that the 2 of them are together because they're very close. And if they were separated, I think that would have been really sad too. So from that angle, I'm cool.
Anybody could have made it in the group, and I'm not mad. I would have. Those are 2 slots I wanted to fill with somebody else. That's all it is. It doesn't have anything to do with them. In that way, it's not personally attacking them.
Tay-Ray, it was scary because in the interims they had him down at rank 10 or something, and I was like, I trusted the Korean fans to panic vote him back up.
I wasn't worried about Tay-Ray. I thought he was going to.
They did, thank God. We have our main vocalist.
Now here's Tay-Ray's. All this is pretty expected. No, nothing surprising. Ji-Wing, Guven, Tay-Ray.
Only the rank numbers are surprising, but not the people. Right down the bottom row, for the most part. Except for Gunwook. Oh my God, where'd that come from?
As soon as he was announced at number 5, that's when I knew some weird stuff was going on. I didn't think it was going to be, well, let's say this. After Gunwook, it kept getting kind of better. Mm-hmm. And I thought, oh, this is going to be really interesting.
It's
and
just
then,
surprising.
And then it just farted on my head at the end. I was just like, oh, great, thanks.
Oh, hush.
Not in a bad way, but just in a farting on your head way. It's not pleasant. So
Don't
Gunwook,
call people farting
I
on your head.
didn't, that's the farter, not anybody else. So Gunwook, I was like, okay, he wasn't in my group at all, but he's had such a good story. He's had shown abilities, but if you're going to have an idol who needs to grow kind of thing, or can grow, you want to have a basis of just either raw power or personality or something, and he's got a lot of that.
Yeah.
So I was happy to see him in it. I think he's a
I had him in my
nice
top
kid.
9. I thought there was no chance for Gunwook.
Yeah, because at first during the show I was afraid he was going to get kind of seen as not cocky so much, but just a one-note type of personality.
Yeah.
And when he started hanging out with the seniors and stuff, and they were like, he was being cute and all that stuff like that, I thought, okay, this is smart. Mm-hmm. He's a very sweet kid. They're showing that side of him. If they wanted him in a group, they did him right. But this is where stuff started going crazy. Ricky getting number 4
shook. But at the same time, I said it ages ago, and I was right. I said this earlier in my reaction.
You had him in your group, didn't you?
No.
Oh, really? Well.
I'm not mad. I'm glad, but I knew Ricky was going to be a dark horse with his 1 picks because, someone who's just completely unique. If you're a fan of Ricky, Ricky's style, Ricky's look, Ricky's everything about him,
sure.
There's no one else that's similar to him that you might bounce over to.
He
instead.
was like Gunwook a lot of
He
ways,
was he's a singular type of idol, and he's he had the meme from the beginning and the standout for that. So I knew that Ricky had the fan base, but he hadn't been in the top 9 except for the one time, and so I was just I don't know, I didn't think there was a chance there, but. I'm not mad. This is awesome that Ricky's debut.
Yeah, once Gunwook got 5, I didn't know, is this ill tidings or good tidings for the people? I couldn't really figure it out. My brain couldn't wrap around it because Gunwook before that was 12 or I can't remember.
Yeah.
So whenever I pick somebody, I'm picking somebody, they have to meet a certain criteria because this is a group I might like or might not. And they have to either have some kind of personality trait or some kind of ability or some kind of unique thing. Some stage presence, something. And that's probably why by this point, before I saw number 9, I started feeling, oh, this is interesting. Other than Guven, each one of these people, Jiwoon, good looks, actor, mature, Tae-rae, voice, obviously, Gunwook, power, dancing, Ricky, not only Chinese, but charming, and this catchphrase. So there's something there. Even if they haven't shown the most powerful voice or the biggest dance or whatever, there's a basis of a personality there that makes K-pop fun. Because not everybody in K-pop is a belter or is a dancer. Everybody's got different abilities, and some of those abilities are stage presence, like Jiwoon. He's just going to be a superstar. So that's when I was like, okay, what's happening here? So what did you think about Matthew, though, coming in?
I thought Matthew had no chance. I thought after everything that had gone on...
He looked like he was done.
All the, accusations against him, the rigging or whatever, saying the producer's pick, and then
somebody said that on the subreddit, and I was like, what are you
talking
about?
Get out of here.
What are you talking
Get
about?
out of here.
He wasn't
I'm sorry.
That kid has been
Get out of here.
Darling of everybody.
I'm sorry. I can't even listen to that. But, so I was he's done for, I thought his rank was low, but we have our love triangle on the top, Jong Hao, Hanbin and his 2 besties, Jong Hao and Matthew,
Again, Matthew, though, is
But I'm so thankful. Yeah. I wanted Matthew in this group.
Same. I mean, he could have been replaced with somebody with, let's say, a Jay or a Kate or somebody with a singing or a dance.
We'll get to
and
that.
I would have been
the
cool
people who didn't make it
right.
in a minute.
But Matthew, at this point, because remember, the only one I really had an issue with, quote unquote, would be Guven at this point. But, he's visual, whatever. Matthew was keeping up with my idea of having this group is going to be really interesting and unique, and the photo and visual, it's going to be a very visual group, and the photo cards are going to fly off the shelves for Matthew. He's going to do so many flowers and stuff. Okay, so I think if you watched his face when they're getting down the lower numbers, getting less slots, you watch a lot of them, you can see their faces just. Yeah. It happened to girls playing. They just get the blood drained out of them because they're just tired.
Yeah.
They're convinced they're not going to make it. You know what they're doing? They're going, all right, I have to be prepared for not making it. I have to be, and they're trying to disappoint themselves. Feel disappointed. So if it happens, cool. But if not, they're prepared. It's a very hard spot to stand for 3 hours, I imagine. So that's Matthew. Next up was 2
rank 1 and 2 Jong Hao Hanbin, which was shocking because we hadn't heard Eugen's name at this point, and I was just like, what the heck? But like, I'm glad that they're up there in 1 and 2 together. I'm glad that the consistency, like the fan bases were there, and that they like stayed up there, and there wasn't some crazy shakeup in that regard. But the only like surprise twist being that Jong Hao was 1 and Hanbin was 2. And if I hear any shenanigans about that, like if I hear any any like no, just like people like being mad at Jong Hao or something for like taking rank 1 from Hanbin.
Oh my god, the ranks don't mean anything.
I'm not here to listen to it, y'all.
The ranks don't mean anything.
Like
silly.
if people resent him or something for this, that's just, I'm not gonna listen to it. Like, I don't want, the Kepler fandom was so. Let's be real, toxic, even from the beginning.
Yeah, because
people were just mad about like people getting in that they didn't want in their group, and it just went sour, like in a way that was like pretty ugly, and still to this day goes on. It's really ugly. I think like the Kepler, like some of the fandom is like really gross.
I can't help but understand.
And I don't want that kind of energy here. No, I don't want that at all.
No, I can't.
I hope nobody is like dumping on any of these people.
Of course they will, but we don't pay attention.
I don't want that. I don't even dump on people.
I just have my preferences, but for me, I can kind of understand what happens. I don't think you, especially if you're a person, maybe you're younger, you haven't been in very many scary situations or situations that you get so invested emotionally in an idol or a group image in your mind like I do. And if it doesn't happen, man, I feel immediate. I'm like, I'm never watching. I'll never buy their album. Screw this group. I hate him. Delete. You know. And then you go, wait, what? What? It happened. It lasts for like 2 seconds, and you don't.
I haven't felt that way at all.
No.
I didn't feel that way even with Kepler, even though my faves didn't make it into Kepler.
Kepler, I have to say this.
And I've supported Kepler.
Yeah,
I buy all their albums. I collect Yeso's photo cards. Like, I'm still a fan, even if their music isn't 100% for me. Because I am a fan. Like, we went through the process together. I like the people in the group. It's the same here.
I do too. Even the ones
I just don't want any toxicity.
Even the ones I didn't quote unquote like, I didn't want in the group.
I just don't want this fandom to go the direction that I've seen.
Yeah, but let's say this. It's to explain that feeling for me. It's that I kind of want a group that, like my mainstay groups, like Eyes One, Stacy, BTS, even, where I'm kind of standing the whole group in a way, if not maybe minus one or two.
Groups made this way aren't going to be like that.
I agree, but I'm saying that's what happens, is you can't wrap your head around liking someone else. But then you watch the reality stuff, and you'll start being like, wow, Hanbin's really funny. Or Gyuven, for God's sakes, maybe. Or who knows?
He actually is pretty funny.
Fine, whatever. I'm never going to like him. Or you never.
Oh,
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. That's what people think. I'm kidding. Okay, but then they announced Hanbin in number 2. The thing is about we're talking, and then Eugen number 9. The thing is about the 3 that I quote unquote didn't want in the group: Hanbin, Gyuven, and Eugen. Hanbin for me, it sounds crazy, but when people started talking about Park Hanbin, I was like, what's the difference here? Why am I seeing such a why do I like Park Hanbin so much better? I feel like he would be better in the group. Is because he feels, to me, Sung Hanbin feels almost a little nervous. Or a little bit self-conscious in a way, like a little uncomfortable sometimes. I know it sounds like crazy to say,
because they're portraying him as so perfect,
right? And I think it gets to him a bit.
That's a lot to ask of a person to be perfect.
And then they
never let him like be anything but perfect,
right? But if you look at how Jiwoon
and to be number 1 all the time, that's pressure too,
right? I'm not saying it's his fault or anything. I'm saying that I started noticing that a lot, and Park Hanbin didn't have that at all. And when he performs, he's smiling. He looks like he's into it. Sung Hanbin just felt a little bit stiff to me, and if you look at how Jiwoon reacts to a lot of the pressure, he kind of rolls with it. I remember he forgot the name of the group. Like,
oh my god, that was the most endearing thing I've ever seen in my life. Where he was like,
called again?
"Excuse me, what's the name again?"
I like how the host was like, "Oh shoot, I don't remember."
Like, Jiwoon, dude, I love this dude. I am so glad that he gets to be in this big group like this. Like,
right.
I'm so glad.
I think what I'm saying is that when it got to Hanbin, I thought, this is going to be Eugen first. Maybe Jong Hao, maybe he dropped down to 9, I don't know. But it started to feel like it was going to be kind of the usual stuff. And then if Jong Hao didn't make it, it was only going to be 2G group, which would have been depressing as hell. But I think Hanbin's story, maybe that's going to be his growth in the group. It's not his dancing or his singing mainly, but how he is on stage, maybe how he acts about it, maybe how he deals with fame. I'm not saying this. I'm not saying this any connected weird, and I'm not trying to drag things down, but that's a lot of pressure.
It's a lot of pressure.
And when you're the perfect boy, you have to be careful with that stuff.
Yeah.
So I hope he finds his way. But the thing to me that brought it kind of back to me before they announced number 9 was Zhang Hao number 1. Because
it like historical, like never has it.
He's not like
something like that happened, and you know what? And like the number 1 actually gets a solo song on the album, like so it actually means something this time, you know, versus before just kind of being like a representative center.
Yeah.
So he's like center of the debut song and gets a solo. Like we were joking that like I wanted violin in the song.
And
like
he probably will
do
it. That is going to be
it's
on.
Really cool.
He's going to
like,
do that at concerts.
Like I'm so like proud of him. I'm so glad everyone loves him so much. Like I think it's just so cool. Like, yeah, he's such a cool person.
I want that spirit to remain.
Me too. I don't want any negativity.
Especially as tensions in the area, because it's happening, is getting more and more tense.
For any reason, like come on.
I hate that stuff.
I haven't looked at anything yet. I could be overreacting. It's just like after what happened with Kepler, it was just things got real sour real fast, and I just don't want that to happen here.
I don't pay attention to that stuff. I don't. But the point is he? Yeah. People talked so much about Hanbins and people like that, or you know. But I think really Zhang Hao of the entire show, it wasn't that he was obviously number 1. That's why he was always on camera. But he had so many little things he could do. The languages, he used 4 languages in the speech. Granted, he practiced, but they sounded pretty good to me.
So sweet.
His English was good.
That's so sweet.
Violin,
I'm so
he's a teacher.
I'm so proud of him.
Right, he can. I guarantee he could sing better than we've heard on the show. And I know he sang a little bit, but he's going to be able to do a little bit of everything. So I think it's either him or G. Probably G. We're going to be leader, but again, if they voted Zhang Hao leader, which he could be Chinese leader of a K group. So
I don't know.
It's an interesting.
I'm guessing Jiwoon leader just from age,
just from maturity
and maturity.
Too, yeah.
I think he makes a good leader.
I mean, Hanbin would be fine.
He's very diplomatic and everything.
So
and then,
then they came to number 9. Who are you thinking? Did you have somebody in your gut you thought? I can't remember what we reacted to earlier, but how we reacted.
That it was probably between Eugen and Keita.
Really, I thought it was between Keita and Jay.
Yeah. So, I mean, we've been 1-pick voting for Keita and Jay the whole time. So, like, neither of our 1-picks made it. And, you know, like, I love both of the two of them so much, Keita and Jay.
I think I had Jay the whole time.
And we talked, and we talked about, like, I talked about my reasons for wanting to 1-pick Keita and stuff. Even though he has a group right now, they're not, like, the label has, like, kind of abandoned them a little bit. And, like, he was doing really good in global votes. So it's kind of, like, surprising for him not to be here. I think there's a little bit of complacency of, like, the thing I kept hearing as a Keita 1-pick voter was, oh, it's okay. Japan's got Keita on lock. Like, don't worry about it. Japan's got Keita on lock. And apparently that wasn't the case, you know, or whatever. So, like, I'm not mad. Like, it is what it is. Like, there's no sense in holding on to any negativity or whatever. I'm just gonna like follow Cypher. I hope he does really well.
Oh, he'll do something
like,
eventually.
PH1 was already like, hit me up on Instagram, like, let's do something together, you know.
No,
like,
he'll land somewhere.
He's amazing. It's just a little shocking because he was just so high and there's just so many changes here. But like,
I mean, I don't worry about idols who don't make it in these groups all the time because sometimes this type of group can
Jay,
be really
Jay, we always knew Jay had an uphill battle, and so I never let my hopes get up about Jay or anything, even though it's what we wanted. He was apparently ranked 10, so which is kind of crazy. There's only like less than 100,000 point difference between him and Eugen. Yes. Like, but
was it? I thought it was 10,000.
10,000, maybe it was less, but
whatever
it was just like some small amount of difference between the two of them, and you know, like. I just really want something to work out for Jay. I don't know what that is. And I think after this, like, we've seen that happen with the people from these shows. Like, so many people from Girls Planet debuted. Like,
didn't do huge things.
It doesn't matter. If you like them, it's still something, right?
They also weren't Jay.
So, yeah, I just think he's got really something to offer. And just, I'm not sure what it's going to be yet, but I hope the industry gets their crap together and supports him. Well, he gets the opportunity that he deserves.
At this point, when number 9 got announced, it was almost like the wind completely got sucked out of the sails. There's still interesting stuff going on here, but it took me a minute because all I could think was replace just Eugen with Jay or Keita. But again, whatever. I'm not hating on Eugen, but you cannot say that he's as far along in his journey as a Jay or Keita. And if you look at this group, my point was, and I made this from the beginning when I said I wanted a bit more mature, if it wasn't vocal, at least experienced or some kind of character. I don't know. every member of this group, other than Guven, but Guven a bit, is really kind of, people felt like they were already idols in a lot of ways. Like you could see these guys from the beginning in a group. These, especially like Zhang Hao, Hanbin, Gungwook is amateur, but he's already established such a character and his abilities.
Yeah.
And to have someone who is kind of still developing in that group feels a little bit like a weak point.
Well, if he hadn't have been, if Yujin wasn't in, like, there wouldn't be any high schoolers in this group. Like, a new group debuting with no high schoolers.
18, I should say. But yeah, it's still not...
Like that's...
Everybody in the group could
against
smoke.
the industry.
They could all smoke.
Don't say that.
I'm just saying, that's the age thing.
Smoke.
They shouldn't smoke, but...
That, like, the industry is just trending towards, like, debuting 14-year-olds only.
Yeah.
That, like, seeing, people that are not 14, like, gets these opportunities and stuff like that. Even Sung Hanbin said it, like, he's too old for other companies or whatever at whatever age he is, like 20 or something. I don't even know.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so silly. Like, that's so silly. But, like, it's fine. Like, Yujin has his fans. They deserve to have their faith in the group just as much as I deserve to have my faith in the group. I'm not saying they don't deserve it,
but what I'm saying is if you had minus, let's go even further with the fantasy, what I was thinking might have happened once it started getting rolling. Well, as soon as I saw Jiwon that low, I immediately played it out in my head that Guven and Yujin stepped out, and you had imagine Jay and Kate are in their places.
Well,
the
but
level
I'm not
of I know, but I'm just saying. This is what we're here for. I'm just saying that would have been 5G group. That would have been record breaking and amazing, and everybody would have been happy. I guarantee it.
We started this saying there would be 1 or maybe 2 G groups, so the fact that we got 3, I'll take it.
I still think 4 would have been at least minimum, but whatever.
Course,
Okay, but that's not talking about the other main issue.
What?
Not a single Japanese member. So let's picture Kepler doing their Japanese singles that sell a lot with no Japanese members.
Yeah.
So they go to. I'm not saying all Japanese people have to have a Japanese member to like a group. Of course not. They like groups that don't have Japanese members in it. Groups from the U.S.
Yeah. It just gives them a little something.
But to go there with no Japanese members. And what I think happened is I think people who watched Girls Planet last time had their hearts destroyed because they wanted some of the C groups. That were amazing C group, talking Richie and what's her name, and there was amazing C group, and not one of them made it except for shouting, just one, and she barely squeaked in there. They were like, all right, this time I'm sticking by my C group person or whatever, or my G group person, and so that's what happened, and nobody was looking out for the solo J group. From the third biggest, I think it's the third biggest economy, but I think it's like the third biggest musical.
It's the second biggest music market for K-pop.
There's no Japanese member in this group. That's why it's not amateur
only
hour.
Keita made it to the finale anyway, so.
Right, but this group shouldn't be amateur hour. That's what I'm saying, and it's mostly not. But there's just a couple members. I'm like, they were so close to having like a pro group from the beginning, a really tight pro group that everybody, and not only that, representing countries and languages from all over the world, more so than ever before, right? Canada, the U.S., Japan, Korea, China. That to me would have been so much more exciting. But I'll just have to wait to see what they sound like. Isn't that the most important thing? Because Kepler came out with What, and it was fine. But their sidetracks were really good, so I'm hoping they learned their lesson a bit and give them
all the original new songs we've heard on the show thus far, even the 2 that they did today, the Hot Summer and Jelly Pop, and the other ones Over Me and all that, have all been really good. So, like, that's any indication of what they may sound like, I'm on board.
I guess
I'm pre-ordering the album anyway. I'm collecting Tay-Ray photo cards anyway. It doesn't matter if I like the music or not. I love the group.
I guess it
like,
could
I'm supporting.
be.
I'm here to support them
because
regardless.
in Girls Planet, they had Shine was their other, and it was Hello, but chanty like Kepler did. So maybe, that's a good point. Well, and their music has been good so far. So
I'm supporting the group regardless. Like, I'm in too deep.
Well, I said this when we were watching it and we were reacting to it, I remember, but they'll be a lot larger than Kepler, I think, as far as numbers.
Yeah.
And I think they'll do really, really well. But the widespread of languages they speak, Zhang Hao spoke Japanese, but doesn't mean he speaks it. But it wouldn't surprise me if he speaks it fluently with that guy. He's like an ace. So wherever they go, they'll have English speakers, like native English speakers too. They'll have that interview block won't necessarily be there, which kind of can cause some some issues once in a while. They can help each other with sensitive words. Matthew, don't say that. That kind of stuff. I wish they could go to China. That would be amazing, but there's that kind of political strife there, so maybe a group like this breaks down that barrier eventually. So I'm excited for that, definitely. But I thought it was overall a successful show.
Yeah.
It wasn't as the editing wasn't that evil.
Yeah.
Not comparatively. Not like what's their name with the helicopter and stuff.
Yeah.
So what's your thoughts on everything?
I'm happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on board. Yeah. We've been through this so many times now that like I kind of knew like we tend to like root for people that are kind of a little bit of underdogs, so like don't get too attached.
I know, but don't get me wrong. There was definitely some really interesting idols in there.
You know, but I'm happy. Like I'm happy with this lineup. I think they're going to be awesome.
Yeah, and I'm not too worried about the people who didn't make it. They were all they got a lot of attention, just like in Girls Planet.
They did.
So. And if you look at it, we've got.
I don't know what Wake One's going to do with Park Han-bin. Like that boy needs to debut tomorrow. Like he is so good.
He's an idol. He's already.
Jun-hyun, I think that Red Start Company. We've talked about it before. They have all the new Nana group trainees still. I think. He probably has something to go back to.
What rank was Jun-hyun? I never found out. I didn't look. I forgot. He was probably lower. See, and
yeah.
Jun-hyun was the Wonja maybe? No, I don't know who Jun-hyun was of this. You know, the comedy one that everybody wanted. It didn't make it. But if we look at... Oh, go ahead.
But Cam J, maybe Cam J can do something together, Camden and Jay.
Yeah. Imagine they make a group out of just the remaining 9. It'd be amazing.
Like, maybe they get to do something together. I'm going to try to keep an eye out.
You'll hear about it.
Keep my hopes up.
So, what we have, starting from the top of Zhang Hao, you have an all-arounder, dance, sing. We haven't heard him rap, but I'm sure he can rap. Does interviews, leadership, blah, blah, blah. Han-bin, same thing. Dance mostly, but I think he actually has a nice voice. We just haven't heard a lot of it.
Yeah.
Matthew,
dance
English,
vocal.
Dance, some vocal, whatever. Ricky,
visuals.
Dance, probably rap too once he gets... Because I think his Korean's really good. I think his Korean's good.
I don't think he's rapped. He's
going with dance and rap, obviously.
Dance,
and
probably,
just like...
Yeah, we don't have a rap. Ji-won will probably go back to being a rapper a little bit with Gumwook.
Right, so then you have Tae-rae vocal. So far, we really only have one main
vocal dance.
Quote unquote, which is unfortunate.
Yujin vocal dance.
Gyuvin vocal dance. Jiwon.
Yeah,
we're talking about main vocals, Tae-rae, and I think Zhang Hao and Han-bin probably.
Yeah.
So they could do it. Yeah, like I said, they didn't present them as vocalists, so they didn't often give them chance to be that kind of vocalist. I think Han-bin near the end was trying to do that, hitting some of the high notes and stuff, and he does well. He just doesn't necessarily have the power yet. Maybe he'll get it. But overall, it's less of a... Like I said, if I wasn't going to be able to get my dream vocal team, at least 5 good vocalists, 4 or 5, where it was like they could come out and do a section of the concert just vocally destroying people, right, that made you cry, then I wanted a team that was unique or something crazy and cool. I think for the most part I got that. I think this is a really interesting group. I think they'll sell a ton of albums.
Yep.
Ton of albums. So I'm happy. I think it's cool.
Me too. And
the name...
That's it.
But that's fine. What are you going to do? I even forgot what it is. Zero to base?
ZB1.
Zero base
base 1.
Oh my god.
ZB1.
I swear they better have robot toys. It'd be so cool.
That's it for this show. Thanks for listening to our recaps. Thanks for caring about my channel. Please do subscribe because we'll be back for Queendom Puzzle. We're not going to do Fantasy Boys, but we're doing Queendom Puzzle.
Yeah.
So that's coming up probably in the next couple months, so keep an eye out.
If you don't know, we covered Queendom, but there's Queendom and then Queendom 2, which we covered, and then Queendom Puzzle, which is going to be current and former Idol members.
Yes.
Like different from groups.
Group, yeah.
They said the rumors are like some people from La Bombe and stuff like that. So maybe not the largest groups in the world, but they're going together to form a group, I guess. Which if Bora does it again, that's her career, is going on reality shows to blow everybody away. I'm gonna get my heart broken. I'm already prepared for it, but she's still first in my heart. So
okay,
cool.
And leave a comment like if there's anything else you'd like us to make a video about, or like questions or discussion topics or anything like that you'd like to hear from us. Like, just let me know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have a good one. Talk to you later, people.
Bye, everybody.